Many wintertime holidays are about being thankful, spending time with family, and making lasting memories and traditions. Here with me in the studio is Dr. Azim Kasmani, Chief Medical Officer of Health for the Niagara region. Doctor, winter is coming. What do we need to know about respiratory illnesses this winter?
So anytime we spend more time indoors, the weather's colder, it's a little bit drier, we're seeing more friends and family, kids are back in class, so they're seeing a lot more of their friends as well. That gives a path for these bugs to pass from person to person. The best thing we can always do is get vaccinated. The priorities this year are COVID-19, the updated vaccine, influenza or the flu shot, and RSV for people who qualify as well.
Thanksgiving is past, but the American Thanksgiving is here, so we're still eating turkey and all that kind of stuff, and you're really pushing food safety.
Yeah, and Christmas is coming too, and with the holiday season, everyone wants to get together, see their loved ones. We often see, it's actually all year round, even during barbecue season, but improperly cooked meat, and especially poultry like chicken and turkey, or even hamburgers or ground beef, bacteria can grow there and it can make people sick.
You have some simple tips to avoid that?
Yeah, I think the most important thing people can do is invest in one of those instant read thermometers. I've got a couple of them, they're cheap online. You just pop it in and make sure that your chicken, your turkey, or your stuffing is at 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and that means it's properly cooked and any bacteria are killed.
People always forget about the stuffing. They forget about the eggs that are usually in there, that kind of thing, right?
Or if it's inside the chicken, all the bacteria, or inside the turkey, I should say, all the bacteria that are in there can still keep growing. So you got to make sure that gets to temperature too.
Love me some stuffing, doctor. Love me some stuffing. Now, we were talking earlier today also, when you're cooking steak, people think, well, can I have it medium rare? But you were speaking of why that is.
Yeah, so steak, if you have a whole cut of meat, the bacteria don't get a chance to go inside. That's different with poultry, like chicken or turkey, and so that's why you never want to have a rare chicken. That sounds disgusting, and that's because you can get salmonella or E. coli. As well with hamburgers, rare hamburger, medium rare hamburger, because the meat's all been kind of macerated together, that bacteria can get inside. But on a whole cut of meat, it's safe to eat it, medium rare, for example.
The best part about those family gatherings is that we're eating, but we're also celebrating, right? So we're in close quarters, all that kind of stuff. So you have some tips on how to gather safely?
Yeah, again, the food safety is the big part because you want to make sure. So, don't leave the food out too long. 2 hours is about the limit. Put it in the fridge after that. Make sure it's properly heated up. If you're getting together, if you're sick, you can consider staying home. You don't want to make everybody else there unwell, especially if there's somebody who particularly might be vulnerable. If you have your vaccines, it reduces your risk, so that's always a great step to take. And overall, the other thing that's really important is don't drink and drive. So we know that alcohol has harms, but one of the biggest harms is from that injury, especially when people drink and drive after having a little bit too much. So stay safe, stay away from that. If you are going to go out, take a cab, call an Uber, something to that effect.
If I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I would say that ride will be out.
I think it's very likely, but even if it's not out, you want to keep safe. You don't want to ruin your own life or someone else's life, right?
Also, you have a great little reminder of knife safety, is that right?
Yeah.
What are those 4 words?
Yeah, so back to the food safety stuff. We always say clean, separate, cook, chill. And that means clean as you're going along, separate. So if you're cooking chicken, don't cook it on the same cutting board or use the same knife. Chop it on the same cutting board or cut it as your salad, right? And so that same knife, if you use it for chicken and then you go right to your salad or your vegetables, all that bacteria transfers over. So separate it out. Cook it to the right temperature. We talked about 165 Fahrenheit, and then chill. So when you're done, especially after 2 hours, you want to make sure you go in the fridge. That danger zone between 4 and 65 Celsius, that's when bacteria grow the best. And so that's why it should be less than 4 degrees or above 65.
And also too, I know this isn't a public health thing, but let's talk a little bit of knife safety too as well, right?
Yeah, you want to be careful anytime you're using a sharp object, especially when kids are around and stuff. So keep it out of their reach. If it's on the drying rack, keep it out of their reach. And take the steps you normally would to make sure you're watching out. And if something does happen, then seek medical attention right away.
We're lucky with big families that we're going to be seeing them, but there's going to be some people who will not be around their families. How do we ensure that their mental health stays on top of the game?
Yeah, and even for some people, it can be a stressful time of the year seeing family, getting together with people you haven't seen in a while. Again, it depends on how much or what the severity is or how you're feeling. But there's always numbers you can call. You can give a call. I think it's 811.
988.
988.
988.
Now I'm never going to forget that, right? So it's 988. You can call or you can text directly, and there'll be someone there who can help you out. And even if you're not sure, you're feeling kind of down, it's worth calling or texting just to make sure and have someone else on the other end.
As we wrap up, I will tell you how I rid myself of stress every holidays, because there's lots of people, and we always put on Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
And it just ends the argument, start laughing. That's how we do it. I don't know about how you.
Yeah, for different people, there's different things. I love, I find especially this time of the year when it's getting cold out, it's easy to just kind of sit around and do. I still like working out, staying active. For some people that may work. I think for some people seeing friends and family is really helpful. For some people that downtime kind of on your own away from all that is helpful. So find what works best for you. And
I think we're mere 40 days to Christmas. Dr. Kasmani, thank you for joining us.
thanks for having me, Anthony.